Hello, Singaporeans. We know PAP performed well in the recent GE 2025. But do you really think this will benefit Singapore and Singaporeans? Yes, we all are not fortune tellers. But we know that people are still complaining that you can hear like folks talking in coffee shops, like PAP government, right, raising transport, utility, GST, etc. prices in the past, and this will still goes on if the PAP decide to raise prices again, and the inflexibility to use MediSave, the affordability of HDB BTO, and also the worrying decaying of HDB flats, 99 years lease going to zero value in the end. We all know we'll face it one day soon. Imagine you spend most of your life working to pay loans for your flat, and then in the end it becomes $0 and the list goes on. And so, why does the people still vote for PAP? What do you think? Today, I will talk about why it is very unhealthy for a political party to hold a majority in parliament. You can agree or disagree with me, and I would love to hear your views. When a political party receives a strong mandate in a general election and holds a majority in parliament, it can lead to several potential disadvantages or risks for the country and its citizens. Here's a list of key concerns I come up with, along with explanations. Erosions of checks and balances. The reason? With a strong majority, the ruling party can pass laws and policies without meaningful opposition. And the risk? This weakens democratic oversight and may lead to abuse of power or authoritarian tendencies. Marginalizations of minority voices. The reason? Opposition parties may become irrelevant in the legislative process. The risk? Minority groups and dissenting opinions may be ignored or suppressed, leading to social and political polarization. Risk of authoritarianism. Reason? Concentrated power with little resistance can tempt leaders to bypass democratic norms and institutions. The reason? The risk? Long-term erosion of democratic institutions, press freedom, judicial independence, and civil liberties. Rubber stamp parliament. The reason? A majority parliament may stop acting as a deliberative body and instead approve all executive proposals automatically. The risk? Poor and harmful legislation may pass without scrutiny or public debate. Reduced accountability. The reason? With little electoral threat or opposition influence, the ruling party may become complacent or corrupt. The risk? Increased risk of mismanagement, nepotism, and misuse of public funds. Suppression of civil society and media. Reason? A dominant government may view independent media and NGOs as threats. The risk? Censorship, restrictions on freedom of speech, and reduced transparency. Overreach in constitutional changes. A supermajority may allow changes to the constitutions with little opposition. The risk? Democratic safeguards, term limits, or human rights protections may be weakened or removed. Public disillusionment. The reason? If the dominant government is perceived as unresponsive or oppressive, public trust erodes. The risk? Rise in political apathy, unrest, or radical opposition movements. Economy mismanagement. Lack of opposition scrutiny can lead to unchecked economy policies or populist measures. The risk? Fiscal instability, rising debt, or policies that benefit elites at the expenses of the general population. Instability in future transitions. Reason? Excessive concentration of power can make regime change difficult or conflict-ridden. The risk, potential for constitutional crisis, contested elections, or civil unrest when power eventually shifts. In conclusion, while a strong mandate can offer political stability and efficiency, unchecked power poses serious threats to democratic governance, civil rights, and long-term stability. Healthy democracies require balance, accountability, and inclusions even when one party dominates. So, do you agree with all I had said? Lastly, I would love to hear your thoughts. I am Ben Puah. Thank you.